Kiss is the romance of choices. So Sara, my character, makes the choice to move to New York, and from there it is like Sara is so decisive and makes these choices, and life sort of happens to Callie. And so to have those two dynamics come in, and then it's that push-pull of what's happening, right? Because sexuality isn't a choice, and so coming to terms with that, but then also the choice of saying, this is how I feel and I choose to do something about it. And I think that's incredibly romantic.
Callie, she's lived in New York City for 11 years. She went there for undergrad, so she became a woman there, right? She came in as a kid. She, you know, ostensibly had New York happen to her, met a lot of people, and now she is through and through New Yorker. Like they say that if you've been there for 10 years, you can then call yourself a New Yorker. She's just made it, 11 years. And I think that in order to survive, what she has figured out for herself is to compartmentalize. It's so funny. You think that people want to be happy, but I think that actually people want to be comfortable. And she has found how to be comfortable. And does it make her happy? Who cares? Like, it makes her happy enough.
I am a perpetual Sara in real life. But I think what's so interesting about Sara in this show is that it is so often, I often get cast as sort of a Midwestern optimistic sweetheart. And Sara has that, but what's cool about Sara is she's the backbone of this place. She's the strong one. And Callie, who is cool in New York, is also the mess, who doesn't have the direction. And I think only a woman playwright can write women that way. Yeah. I'll wait to be proven wrong. Men are welcome to throw their hat in the ring on that one. But in my experience, it's women who write other women like that, yeah. Who say like, oh, you're this, and surprise, you're that. And that is what's so cool about Sara.
I thought, what a fun idea to have this black box studio theater. I mean, the Sharon makes sense. It makes so much sense to have an enormous performing arts venue where there are a lot of people who would want to see things. But to also have, you know, an experimental studio theater where you're doing pieces that really challenge status quo and tell beautiful stories, heartbreaking stories, funny stories.
I mean, I'm an actor in Central Florida, so you stick around long enough, you're going to hear about the studio theater. And I'm with Mary. I think it's so, brave is not the right word. It's just bold. It's a really bold, and it is so respectful of this community. It is so just confident in, like, there is an audience here who wants to be challenged, who wants to see something new. And it's a gamble that's paying off, and I'm just so proud to be a part of it.
Yeah. I sincerely hope that everybody who watches the play really feels for these two women, really feels for the honesty and the sincerity in their relationship and in their care for each other and their love for each other, and starts to feel for Callie's real prejudice against herself, and then starts to look inward. What is something about me that I'm not willing to accept yet? And how can I love myself?
My hope is that there's a lot of recognition. This violence is unique to, I think, minorities in general, and specifically the LGBTQ community. But I think almost like a there but for the grace of God situation of what does it mean to be punished for daring to love? And I think that the way that this play is so beautifully written is that this love story is so human, and that I think that the audience will see themselves in Sara and Callie, and then be able to say, like, holy moly, what would it mean? Is there a space for that conversation to be, this isn't fair for anyone, and maybe just some recognition of that.
So we are Mary
and Sara,
and we hope that you will come see Stop Kiss at the Studio Theater.
It's a real holiday treat.